I'm live. I'm looking at my chin wrinkles. I have a light on right here. I wonder if it's too bright. Chin wrinkles. Hi, Vanity. This light's kind of bright, huh? Maybe I should move it. Dick in your face. Put my dick in your face. What's up? Hi. I was just making those faces. I was looking at my chin wrinkles. Oh, what about dick in your face? Hi, Vanity. Hi, Jules. Hi, Kakashi Cowboy. Hi, Armand. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Queen. Hi, Justin. Hi, Bushy Brows. Hi, Marcy. Finally caught the beginning. Hi, Keep Making. Hi, Jay Malik. Hi, Real Trini. Chin wrinkles. Hi. Ah, Savannah! You know. If you wasn't so ugly, I'd put my dick in your face with Black China. Okay, so the reason why I put no spoilers in the title was because, as you guys know, I'm reviewing Lovecraft Country. I'm reviewing Lovecraft Country comes on Sundays. My review goes up every Saturday, the Saturday before. So for example, the one that's going up this Saturday will be for episode 5. Last week's episode, a lot of people left comments about episode 5. So I said no spoilers because I just wanted to say for everyone that's watching Lovecraft Country, please make sure. Also, I've had people just like leave comments on like the wrong one. I don't think they're leaving comments on, they're not doing it on purpose, Bushy Brows really, but people are not, I think people are not paying attention to what episode, because I've seen people mix up other episodes. Because right now 1, 2, 3, and 4 have reviews up. And I think people, you know, they're just like looking just at the title and all they see is like Lovecraft Country. So they just, and then they just like type the comment. Please make sure you're on the right episode and you're not leaving comments, you know, about future episodes that people may or may not have seen yet. So that's why I made the title of this one No Spoilers, because I've noticed people are getting their episodes mixed up and they're leaving comments on the wrong video. So just make sure you're on the right one. Just make sure you're on the right one if you're gonna leave a comment. That's all. Because I just don't want anything to get spoiled, you know? Even like later on, you know, maybe for people that aren't watching it now, but they want to go back and watch it later, and, you know, they're watching episode 3, and then they scroll down to read the comments, and then they see all comments from episode 4, episode 5. Like, just make sure you're on the right episode before you leave a comment. Because we don't want to have spoilers. Which is why the title of this video is No Spoilers. Because I wanted to say that first before we got into anything else. So, hi Kelly, hi World Lover, hi Naya, hi One Eye. Oh no, Sydney, hi Mo, how are you? Hi Tim. I was so hyped when you posted the Rake It Up vid yesterday with them racing. Black China has a really funny video up right now on Genius where she's like talking about all the lyrics that mentioned her. It was pretty funny. Hi Chris. You know people don't read. I think it's the utter excitement that folks be leaving spoilers on the wrong video. The show is so amazing. I think so too. I think it's just the excitement. They just see Lovecraft Country and they just like start commenting, which I do know that people sometimes leave comments before they watch videos, or they leave comments while they're watching. I know a lot of people do that. I don't have a problem with that. It's fine. But just make sure you're on the right one if you're gonna do that. Oh, thank you, Bushy Brows, super chat. Hi, Kyrie, how are you? Yeah, I don't mind that type of thing, but just make sure you're on the right one. Yeah, I think most reviewers don't mind spoilers either, so they're not used to spoiling. I haven't started the series yet, haven't been in the headspace to watch anything. Yeah, you have a lot going on right now, Justin. And you're like the type of person that, somebody that's like not watching it right now, or somebody that wants to, catch up later, and then they're watching they're watching the episodes, and then they're watching the review videos in order, but the comments are not in order, so it's okay. I'm not talking to like anybody in particular. It's been like a few different type of comments. Nobody in particular, but just wanted to put it out there. Hi, Davey. Queen, maybe I will. Hi, Mel. I took a film class and we had a sub. She showed behind the scenes stuff that spoiled the whole ending of the movie before we even watched the movie. I don't like spoilers. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, Kelly. I also feel like we, like spoiler culture is sort of like everywhere now, because I feel like nowadays it's more acceptable, not even just acceptable, but like it's expected that you're gonna dig into the behind the scenes stuff, and you're gonna be following the page on Instagram, and you're gonna be reading all the fan theories on Reddit and on Tumblr, and you're gonna be doing this and that on Twitter, and you're gonna be watching the Zoom call. Like there's sort of like an expectation almost of that, but like some people still are not into that. Like some people just want to like watch it, I'm one of those people. I just want to watch it. When I finish Lovecraft Country, I'll probably go back, because I know a lot of you guys have recommended the podcast. Yeah, listen to the podcast, right? I know a lot of you guys have recommended the podcast and like recommended different things, but I kind of want to look at that stuff after I'm already done, Kyrie, good. Oh, good, Kyrie. I'm glad to hear that. It's good to see you. Hi, Vermilion Dynamo. One drug. It was quick. Good. Hi, Absurd. Yeah, I am gonna review it. I am reviewing episode 5. Review video will be up Saturday. I also think this last episodes 4 and 5. Episode 4 came out early, or was it episode 5? I don't know. One of them came out early. One of them came out on Friday. So I think people were just like real hype. I think people really were just like hype, like they were excited. I was like, whoa, we're not there yet. Like we're not there. Somebody getting fired. Hi, Planet Earth. Oh, it was the Shape of Water. That's what got ruined. And I love that movie too. It was wonderful. It just won the Oscar. I already seen it, but my friend didn't. I was so mad for her. Glad that today is a chill day on the internet compared to yesterday. What happened yesterday? A few things that I did want to talk about during this live stream. I did want to talk about the settlement for Breonna Taylor's family, even though her killers still haven't been arrested or charged, last I heard, as far as I know. I think it's really interesting that, they're really willing to let the taxpayers just foot the bill, because that shit comes out of taxpayer dollars. It's just instead of fucking actually holding people accountable, they just be like, whatever, let's just throw some money. It's just gonna come out of the taxpayer's dime. It's not even the police have to pay it themselves. Stop. And then people really they really don't see no problem with that. And that's money that could have went somewhere else, which is what people mean when they're talking about defund the police. We have to sink all this money into certain things, and that could be money that goes elsewhere. And it's really, people really just think well, it's fine, the police have a hard job, so qualified immunity. No. Oh yeah, you gonna paint, Kyrie? That'll probably be really nice. I feel like I want to paint, so I'm gonna take advantage of this little energy. Hi, Valia. You can't run from spoilers. Social media watching is a thing. Yeah. Listening to the podcast. Hi, Karma. Have an ear and Bluetooth so I can watch at work right now. You should paint too, Davey. Maybe I'll do something with these canvases I got laying on my bed. Hi, the boy in blue. Good, Kyrie. I just got to your other comment about chemo. Ooh. So you're starting a new cycle in October. Well, October's a good month, so hopefully everything goes smoothly. Hi, Mar. Yeah, episode 4 of Lovecraft Country dropped early. 5 came on the regular Sunday. Yes, Kyrie, you're still in our thoughts. Episode 4 came on the app. Made my brother get the app so he could watch it. Hi, Bambusa. All trailers are spoilers. Yeah, I don't even watch trailers. I had to mute Journey because I follow Journey on Instagram, and she has a habit of doing a post after the episode airs, but I don't always catch the episode right away. She has a habit of doing a post on Instagram that's about the episode that just came on, which again, like, I get it, you know, like the episode just came out and like keeping the momentum going, but like I don't always watch it right away, so I had to like mute her because I was like, whoa, I want to see that. Whoa, okay, Jules did not see that. The killers of Brown and Taylor have not been arrested. One is only fired. I don't know how I feel about settlements when people die. Feels like, oh yeah, to me it kind of feels like hush money. They're paying for bodies. Isn't it cheaper to just lock them the heck up? I'm disgusted. And I was reading about how like some places have reversed qualified immunity. Like I was reading about how in Colorado they reversed qualified immunity. So they said that if a police officer does misconduct, especially like bodily misconduct, or if they kill somebody, they're not protected by qualified immunity anymore. So they can be sued personally, not just like the city or the police department. Like they can be sued personally, individually, and they have to pay out of pocket like up to $25,000 or something like that. And of course I was like reading all this stuff by all these people that were like, now they're not going to have any police in Colorado. Who's going to want to be a police officer in Colorado if you're personally liable? Police have a hard job. They shouldn't be liable. And then somebody was like, well, like doctors have a hard job too. And like they're liable for like malpractice. Like there's tons of people that have like hard jobs where people's like lives are on the line. And yet police are the only ones that have like immunity for when they fuck up and kill people. Like they should be held to the highest standard of the law just like everybody else. No, being a police officer is so hard. It's like if being a police officer is so hard, then don't be one. Like it's voluntary, it's not mandatory. Like fucking annoying. Exactly, the boy in blue. Like you signed up for the risks. Hi Bailey, hi Ori, hi Monica, hi Lovely, hi Chris. From what I know, that's just the civil case. They're still working on a case against the officers, but I definitely understand what you're saying. It should have come from the police budget. I was just doing a current events project on the Breonna Taylor settlement for my genocide class. People really think that it's acceptable. Like, yeah, we killed your loved one. Here, you know, let me just toss you $1 million that the taxpayers have to pay. What the fuck? It's make it go away money. But I pray they continue to push for it. The money's not enough. Arrest the cops and make them pay financially. All of y'all that have canvases laying around, y'all should paint. Paint some stuff. I'm not a painter. Whenever you say hi, Mar, my daughter thinks I'm calling her. Oh, ha! Your daughter's name is Mar, Karma. Hi, Shady. Trailers do show so much now. Man, you guys know I saw Tenet, and I did not watch any trailers. So now I kind of want to see it again because, like, I feel like I went in just totally blind. So I want to watch it again, you know, before I do my review video. But I was just, like, scared to watch the trailer because the trailers show everything. Everybody got canvas. Mine under my bed still ain't paint. Trailers be spoiling nowadays. I don't watch any trailers and I only have YouTube. It helps keep me sane. With social media, Sydney, they budget money aside every year for lawsuits, knowing these departments will not do their job legally. It's a wild thought. Oh, Kyrie, I don't know if you saw this, but Marcy said, do you need any supplies sent to you? The one cop that got fired was fired for a completely different reason. Hi, Muffin. I watched a show where they killed a character, but they really spoiled her death in the finale sneak peek. Like, how? I know that was a huge problem when Game of Thrones was coming on, because, like, Game of Thrones would come on, I think it came on at, like, 9 or 10 or something like that. And I remember it was, like, a big thing, because, like, Game of Thrones would come on at, like, whatever time. And, like, people on the West Coast, like, wouldn't even have time to watch it, you know? Because, like, it comes on at 9. I'm just making that up, whatever time. It comes on at 9. By 10, all the websites have this you know, shocking, this person was killed. What does it mean moving forward? And the people on the West Coast were like, we haven't even had a chance to watch it yet. Like, I remember it was a big thing that one of the big major, like, sites, maybe it was AV Club. It was like one of the big major sites had something up. You know, it's like a race that to like who's gonna get the first link up, and they had something like with the whole plot in the title before the people had a chance to watch it, and then they changed it, but it was too late. You're right. It's a rat race to spoil. That happened with Glenn from The Walking Dead. I was pissed. Hi, Nicole. It's like they don't even think. Like, they don't even care. Like, the spoiler culture has just become so normalized, I guess, that they don't even think about it until people be like, damn, can we have a chance to watch it? And then they'd be like, oh, shit. Maybe you do want to watch it. Maybe everyone doesn't want to fucking read all the back shit and have it all spoiled. I'm glad I'm not the only one who was low-key pissed about the Breonna Taylor settlement. Hi, Bookworm Radio. I don't blame her family for taking the money at all, but if it were me, I'd refuse it. The X-Men Days of Future Past trailer spoiled Storm's death. Wow. Kanye, cops signed up for the risks. Literally, you know what you sign up for. Even in the food industry, you're liable. Yes, Kanye literally had the Grammy in the toilet. Whoop! Sorry. Kanye literally had the Grammy in the toilet and was pissing directly on it. Wow. You saying goodbye to it, Ma? You're leaving? Hi, Nima. People act like police officers get drafted. They make police sound like the draft. I don't blame most families' behavior and action since I've never been in that situation and people handle things differently. If my fuck-ups cost someone their life, I'd want to be held accountable. They really don't think they need to be held accountable. They really just feel like, well, I have a hard job, so why should I be held accountable? Every industry has consequences for misconduct except police. Tenet was good. Yes, did y'all make sure y'all phones was charged? Sim, my phone was charged, and I'm looking at it now. I brought the charger in here today. So like my phone is charged, it's plugged in. Is everybody's phone charged this time? Hi, Tiana. You talk about the trailer for Tenet, Bailey? The trailer was, I mean, I'll probably watch it now. The trailer was still very confusing, but most trailers aren't intriguing like they should be. What about when trailers show content that's not in the final cut? That shit is annoying too. Justice League. You'd be like, where's this scene? Where's that scene? Like, the fuck? I like Tenet. Robert Pattinson was good in it. I like Robert Pattinson. It seems like people are going to make fun of him for the rest of his life for being in Twilight. Robert Pattinson is going to be like another Leo, like another Leonardo DiCaprio. He's going to be like 50 years old trying to like shed this like pretty boy image and do, I mean, he's doing it now, but he's like going to be like old trying to like shed this image from Twilight and whatever. Because it's been a while since Twilight. It's been like 15 years since Twilight. And like even when he got cast as the Batman, people were like, they cast the sparkly vampire to be Batman? I don't think he's gonna be a good Batman. I don't think Edward Cullen is gonna be Batman. Like, damn, is he really gonna be Edward Cullen for the rest of his fucking life? Like, gosh, he's really gonna be like another Leo. He's gonna be like gutting bears and fucking climbing inside of them in movies to try to like get some respect. And then people are gonna be like, okay, like, okay. I'm just saying, like, people need to give him a break at this point. It's been a while. Hi. Trailers show too much. And do shows have theme songs anymore? Do shows have theme songs anymore? I've noticed that too. Like, it seems like the cold open is like the new hotness. It's a rat race to spoil. Hi, Ashley. We talked about please no spoilers on the Lovecraft Country reviews, or like make sure you're watching the right episode before you comment. We're talking about Breonna Taylor and settlements instead of letting police actually be accountable. Y'all told me Kanye pissed all over a Grammy on Twitter yesterday. And we're talking about spoilers, spoiler culture. Almost no theme songs anymore. You find on supplies. I have supplies in 3 states. Oh, yay! You have a commission though. That's awesome. That's so good, Kyrie. Game of Thrones was so popular, it was almost unavoidable. They would make Twitter moments for it and everything. To this day, I have never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. Articles be putting spoilers in the title. They spoiled a major plot detail for the final season of How to Get Away with Murder. The $12 million settlement for cops makes more sense when contextualized as a small price to pay to uphold the societal paradigm of cops being able to kill black people with impunity. True. Anime openings are spoilers too. I skip every time. I wanted to leave a comment, tell them their title was blatantly a spoiler. You should have, The Boy in Blue. I had someone really spoil 3 deaths from 3 different shows for me at one point. I was over it. Hi, Sketchnificent. Oh, you put in your notice? Congratulations, Mar. Woo! This is me throwing the confetti. Anytime people tell me they quit their jobs, I celebrate. My friend quit his job and we went roller skating to celebrate. Hi, Chris. I'm definitely the friend you call when you quit to be like, fuck that job. You ain't need that job anyway. I'm not the friend that's going to be like, no, why did you quit? Oh my gosh. You know, so like take that with a grain of salt. Once these settlements come out of their pension plans, oh, it'll be a different story, Queen. They won't be shooting anyone once these settlements come out of their pension plans. They'll be like, please take my gun. I don't even want it. I don't want it to accidentally go off and shoot anyone and I have to pay out of my pension. Because y'all know money talks and bullshit walks. I don't fault Breonna's family for taking the money. And they said that that allegedly new local laws to regulate the police was part of the settlement. Even doctors go to jail for wrongful death. Yeah. Okay, Bookworm Radio. I like Leo and Romeo and Juliet and Titanic too. I like Leo. That wasn't meant to be like shade towards Leo, Nicole. I just meant like Leo, when Leo was young, like in Romeo and Juliet and Titanic, he was seen as, you know, like a sex symbol. I don't know. Is that what they call it for men? Isn't it a word for it? I don't know. I can't think of it. But it's like he was seen like a certain type of way. And then when he started trying to be like taken seriously as like a serious actor, it was like people wasn't trying to take him serious. And so he was like really going all out. A heartthrob. Thank you. A teen heartthrob. Yes, a teen heartthrob. And Robert Pattinson is like the same thing, like a teen heartthrob that's now trying to be taken seriously now that he's like older. And people just keep on calling him Edward Cullen, even though that shit was like so long ago. Where was I? To go from Cedric to Edward to Batman is a move, okay? I like Rob. I like Rob too. I really enjoyed him in The Lighthouse too, with Green Goblin, and I liked him in, what was it? Metropolis? Necropolis? I've seen like quite a bit of his stuff. I think he's a pretty good actor. I didn't think he was terrible in Twilight. Now, Twilight is terrible, like the story, but I kind of feel like them actors and screenwriters and directors, they did the best they could with what they had. Like, I don't really blame them. Even though I still haven't even read Midnight Sun yet, which I am going to read. Game trailers do that too. Then when the game comes, it's like, wait, why did they show it? And then it never happened in the walkthrough. Kanye thinks posting himself pissing on a Grammy is making a statement. Right, like, you're not making no statement, sir. I'm tired of the argument. Police are trained too. I'm tired. That's a training problem, bro. The Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet was beautiful. I did see The Lighthouse, Kelly. I did see it. I saw it in theater. Folks are really hard on him for no reason. Robert Pattinson is a great actor to me. It's true, people need to give him a chance and see another of his movies. I only know him from Twilight and Dayton Twigs. He was really good in The Lighthouse. Theme songs matter, Kyrie. No, they don't, and I miss theme songs. Robert Pattinson wasn't in Justice League. Sydney. Thank you, Super Chat. I'm just talking about, I mean, that was sort of like a different, because Justice League had parts that were cut out, like all the Victor Stone stuff, because Joss Whedon is a little bitch. Wait, Kanye literally pissed on a Grammy? Where have I been? 90s and 80s themes used to go hard, like Kenan and Kel. Oh my God, yeah, I saw that too, that this girl is filing for divorce from her cheating ass husband, which it's a 50-50 chance if this is real or not, because every time she's about to drop music, her and Offset pull these stunts, but maybe she also really is tired of being publicly embarrassed by him, but it's too late. Like, you already caught a whole felony charge behind this dude, so it's too late now. You got a baby by him and everything, so too late. Hi, Kylo. Ew, Mo. I see water sports are making a comeback in 2020. Ew. Talk about Kanye fucking peeing. Y'all funny. Hi, Trey. The fact that there's a fund set aside for settlements like Brianna's exemplifies the problem and why we need to defund the police. Oh, the article didn't have comments. I couldn't see a way. Thank you, Super Chat again. Thank you so much. I couldn't see a way to let the writer know about their spoiler title. So, the boy in blue, this is what I do. This is what I do. When I read something that makes me really upset and I feel like I just have to like let it out and there's no comments, especially because I don't have Twitter. I can't hit them up on Twitter. I might Google their name. A lot of writers nowadays, if you Google their name, you'll find their Twitter handle, or they'll have their Twitter handle attached. And then when you go look at their Twitter handle, a lot of them, or on Instagram or whatever, a lot of them have an email, like an email link. I'll write them an email. I'll write them a strongly worded email. Like, I didn't like what you wrote. This is why I didn't like what you wrote. There were no comments on it, so I can't leave a comment, but you know, I wanted to send you an open letter. I've written several of them, like, I write them all the time. Like, I email the fuck out of people. They probably be like, who the fuck is this? But, like, they shit is out there, so I email them and let them know, like, what I thought. I emailed somebody just the other day. This woman had wrote this, like, really glowing piece about the fucking dude, the head of Fortnite, and how he's, like, leading this crusade, you know, and he's such a great person, and he's into land conservation, and he doesn't strike her as a bad guy, and he's a righteous bro, tech bro. I Looked for her Twitter. Couldn't find her Twitter. Thank you, Kyrie. I looked for her Twitter. I couldn't find her Twitter, but I did find her Instagram, and her Instagram did have an email, so I did email her. And I was just like, hey, like, I don't know if you know about, you know, the things that this dude has done stealing from Black creatives, but like, he's not a good person. His whole game is built on stolen content, and for him to be like, you know, having this lawsuit with Apple and Google is like very hypocritical. You know, like, I just wrote her email. I've gotten emails back. It's almost like sending a letter to the editor, you know, which I don't know, maybe people don't do that anymore because people don't read the paper anymore. But it's almost like sending a letter to the editor. You send it to them and they read it. Sometimes they reply, sometimes they don't. But somebody reads it. Even if it's just the little intern, somebody reads it. So that's what I do. Kyrie, super chat. Thank you. Let me see who else did super chat. Sketchnificent. Thank you, Sketchnificent. Sending your pre-Halloween money. Hi, Stacy Joe. Thank you. And I see your comment too. Pre-Halloween money. Oh, man. I'm considering doing daily Halloween videos, but y'all know daily videos are hard. I normally only do them in February. I'm considering doing daily Halloween videos for October though. I don't know. I'm not promising you guys that I will, but I'm thinking about it. I have to start getting it ready like now if I'm going to do it. It's when you don't need to watch Game of Thrones. Seasons 5 to the finale are grossly disappointing. Hi, CMW Arts. Oh, you're that friend too? Ha, Chris. Congratulations, Mar. I used to stay off Facebook to avoid Empire and Scandal spoilers. I stopped prejudging actors after Heath Ledger's Joker. I hated the idea of him so much, but loved him in the movie, so I'm open to Pattinson's Batman. Hi, Hitflix. Yes, and people forget that too, because Heath Ledger was also like a heartthrob. Like, people did not believe he was going to be able to play the Joker. And then like his Joker became so iconic that he's like so many people's favorite Joker. Like, you really just never know. Like, you got to give them a chance. I also personally loved Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain. And I love Heath Ledger. I always thought Heath Ledger was a great actor. Like, A Knight's Tale is my movie. Like, it's called A Lance. Hello. But I didn't know if he'd be able to like pull off Brokeback Mountain either, and he totally did. You never really know what some of these actors have inside of them. I mean, it is acting. Like, you never really know what some of them have inside of them. The Boy in Blue, we are on the same wavelength today. Like, we are here. I keep like seeing your comments, and it's like, that's exactly what I just said. He also played a gay man, which some people didn't like, even though the Joker is very often canonically, I don't know how you pronounce that, coded as queer. Where was I? You guys talking about theme songs. What happened to theme songs? Hi, Daya. Is that also a super chat? With a sticker? Thank you. What is that, a volcano? I can't really tell. The Half and Half theme song. I too have never watched an episode of Game of Thrones. Me, The Job is trash. Let's see. You guys talking about Game of Thrones. One-on-one theme song. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. One-on-one. What on what? P-Valley theme. I gotta get stars. What is GRRM? I don't know what that is. Is that Game of Thrones? Blows the books out of the water compared to how the show was written. Oh no, that's the dude. That's the dude. George. Never mind. George R.R. Martin or whatever his name is. I was like, GRRM, what is this? I love Leo. Catch Me If You Can was my favorite movie when I was younger. Wasn't Amy Adams in that too? I've actually never seen Catch Me If You Can with Leo and Tom Hanks. Leo should have won something for The Departed. Yes, P-Valley has a theme song. I get what you're saying about Leo and Rob. They see them as pretty boys who can't be taken seriously and guys who are afraid to get their hands dirty. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, Robert Pattinson is going to be like in that like Leo frame of mind, you know, like elbow deep in fucking bear intestines, like to prove like I can get my hands dirty. I'm not just a pretty boy. I'm not just Edward and Cedric. Leo was definitely seen as a sex symbol, and heartthrob was always cute. When I was in the military, we had way stricter guidelines for discharging firearms, and we were in way more dangerous situations than cops. I'll never understand that. Hi, Popcorn. Yes, Amy Adams was in Catch Me If You Can. Game of Thrones has one of the theme songs that get you going, not gonna lie. Robert Pattinson is mad talented too, so it's annoying to keep hearing people mention Twilight. Parker's theme song, Moesha. Right, Robert Pattinson hates Twilight more than anyone. Vermilion Dynamo. He's the first one to talk shit about Twilight. Robert's been in some interesting indie films. It's crazy because Leo really does have the range. Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street range. She was in Django, too. P-Valley is the best show I've watched in a decade. Rob is a good actor. I liked him in Remember Me. Even though I didn't watch Friends much, I do love the theme song. Every season of Moesha's theme song slapped. I like the Sister Sister one too. Yeah, Kyrie. I know it's petty, but when Rob left Kristen, that's when I began to like him. He chose self-respect over being forced in a high-profile relationship for a film series. I mean, I also think that Kristen Stewart was gay. I mean, like, which she is. Like, I think that they were really trying to force them to be together. Cousin Skeeter theme. I remember when Midnight Sun was first leaked. He was like, fuck y'all. Y'all leak my pages all over the internet. Fuck everybody. Y'all never gonna get it. Never! And then, when I seen that it was coming out, I was like, what? Who removed the piss from her Cheerios? I was in high school when Twilight was out. I remember people going crazy over it. It's funny because I was never really into Twilight like that, but my mom, there's like a word for like moms and them that are into Twilight, and my mom got like super obsessed with it. And she was like super obsessed with the books, and she like made me read them, and they were terrible. And then the movies came out, and she like dragged me to watch the movies. And the movies I did like, well, the first couple movies I did like. They really work magic, because I think the movies are way better than the books by like a lot. But then those later movies, they just fall apart because like the plot is trash. Like it just fell apart. There's nothing you could do. The first two movies I do enjoy. Let's see. Super chat. Thanks, super chat. Joss Whedon is a bitch. Twilight turned the Hollywood executives off of Robert Pattinson. I also miss Kanye pissing on a Grammy, but I'm also not surprised. Hi, Camp Powhatan. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Okay. Oh, you just put both comments together. Oh, okay, Sydney. That's cool. Cool. I got you. The Buffy theme song, iconic. Oh, man. Like, I don't know what type of crack Joss was smoking when he wrote Buffy, and when he wrote Firefly, and when he did Dollhouse. Like, he must have had something. Like, I don't know. He must have made, like, a Crossroads deal. And the Crossroads demon wrote that stuff. Like, the Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, compared to how he is now, I just feel like it makes no sense. Like, I just don't understand. I don't know. And his wife said that his ex-wife said that he was always a bad person, which I believe. Well, she said that he was always a bad person and that he tried to like cover up being a bad person by like writing good shit earlier, but like now that he's made it, I guess he just doesn't care anymore. So he's just like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna make the trash that I want to make these days. It was premium crack. Dollhouse was a really good show. Very interesting premise. Extremely interesting premise. The premise is like, so it's Eliza Dushku, Faith from Buffy. She's like the lead in Dollhouse. And so the premise is that, how do I explain? The premise is that people sign up, women, to be dolls and live in the dollhouse. And basically, I keep fucking dropping it. And basically, rich people and other type of people, governments, whoever, they pay money to the dollhouse to like rent out the girls, to like rent out the dolls. And they like upload the dolls with sort of whatever personality they need them to have, and they hire them. They rent out the dolls and they hire them for things. So like if you, let's say you want to like murder somebody, you want to like assassinate somebody, but you don't want to do it yourself, but you have like a ton of money, you can like go to this place, the dollhouse, and you can like buy a doll, and you can have the doll uploaded with the whatever type of program you need for her to be a fucking trained killer, and then she'll like go do it and then come back to the dollhouse, and they totally wipe the girl's memories afterwards. So the main character, Eliza's character, I can't think of her name right now, but she starts like remembering things, because they're not supposed to remember nothing, but she starts like remembering things and trying to figure out like what's going on. And it actually had a really good twist. Echo, that was her name, Echo. And it actually had a really good twist that, I mean, I cannot tell you guys the twist if you don't want to know it, but I mean, the show's pretty old, so I could tell you. Her character was Echo. They had the NATO alphabet. Couldn't get in a dollhouse. The twist of Dollhouse is that, no. Let me scroll back up, and then when I get to this part in the comments, maybe I'll say what the twist is. The twist is really good. Pre-2010s black sitcoms knew how to give you an intro theme song, all that theme. Robert Pattinson gives moody as fuck vibes to me, so he'd make a great Batman in my opinion. That was how I felt when I saw that they cast him, and people were like, Robert Pattinson, I don't want him. I was like, Robert Pattinson will make a perfect Bruce Wayne. Like, he's just like Christian Bale, just like moody, and like he's giving me moody. He's gonna be a good young Bruce. Rob does a lot of indie films, which are good for the artistic side of acting. Leo does a lot of films that cast him in the same role to me, even though I love Leo. Wish he'd gotten his Oscar for Django. Stephanie Meyer wanted more money. Oh, you think she wanted more money before she would release Midnight Sun? Twihard. But like the older, middle-aged women that got into it, it was like a word just for them. They were called like Twilight Moms. It was something like that. And that was my mom. Like, my mom was really into it. Like, she really got into it. Your mom wanted you to be in a fandom with her. That's so cute. I'll be doing that to my mom. Yeah, she was like obsessed. I was obsessed with the whole Twilight franchise. My mom read the books too. I liked the first couple movies. My mom was a Twihard too. I watched all the movies with her. My mom and her friends were in love with the Twilight movies. Sunflower Power, Twilight, hated it. That was what I heard. I actually did secretly enjoy the movies a bit. I agree the first two were solidly entertaining. The last ones were not good. No lie, I love the sparkling vampire idea. They stay out of the sun because they sparkle. You know, even though the sparkly vampires didn't really work for me as someone that loves vampires and grew up on like Anne Rice and like Interview with the Vampire and Lestat and stuff like that, I do appreciate that Stephanie Meyer like made up her own vampire mythology. I did think that that was interesting. And that type of thing's not going to work for everybody, but the original Charm theme song was great. I can definitely buy there was a Crossroads deal. The OG American Horror Story theme was dope to me. Why was the movie so green and plain? In Twilight, that was like the aesthetic. They were in the Pacific Northwest. I love the Pacific Northwest, so green's my favorite color, so I loved how like green and rainy and wet it was. I felt like, oh, it makes sense that if they can't go out in the sun, but they can go out in daylight, but they just can't go out in like the direct sunlight, it makes sense that they would live somewhere where it like rains every day of the year. I don't know, like I thought some of her mythology and her ideas were interesting. Stephanie just can't write. She needed a ghostwriter, like somebody to help her. She just can't write. When are the hellhounds coming for Joss? Then he's still here. I think Hollywood made him cocky as a writer. We're gonna find out that Joss had a ghostwriter soon enough. Oh, I loved Dark Angel too, Francesca with Max. I did. I loved Dollhouse so much. I'm sad it only got 2 or 3 seasons, but it did good with the few seasons it had. It was a really interesting premise. Really interesting premise. They rent the girls out to do anything. It's not just like a sexual thing. It's just like anything you need the girls to do, they can do. Because you can upload them with, it's almost like the Matrix type. You can upload them with any skill you want them to have, they'll have it. So if you want them to go fight somebody, kill somebody, if you need them to go rob a bank, anything you need the girls to do, they can do, the dolls. And then they come back to the dollhouse and they have their memories wiped. And they just like stay there until the next time. The premise for that show is really intriguing, Dollhouse. It sounds like the premise of Westworld. Westworld borrowed a lot. Like, I even when I was watching it, and I did enjoy the first season of Westworld. And I know that Westworld is based on a Michael Crichton book. So, and Westworld came out first with a lot of these ideas and concepts, the book. But I think the show borrowed a lot from like other places. In Dollhouse, one guy had the personality of his wife that passed uploaded on their anniversary so he could be with her again. Right, like stuff like that. Like you can like go through the book of dolls and find a doll that looks like your wife that died. And you can have like her personality like uploaded into the doll and then like spend time with her. And then you just like pay for it. And then at the end, she just like goes back into the dollhouse and is supposed to have her memory wiped. So, yeah. The Xena theme. So it's not real. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a part of the twist. I won't tell you the whole twist. A part of the twist in Dollhouse is that Eliza Dushku finds out, cause like she's remembering things, even though she's supposed to not remember anything. You know, she's supposed to just be a blank slate. She starts remembering things, including things from her life before she even got to the dollhouse, because they're people, they're regular people in there, women. And she finds out that she signed up to be there, because like you don't really know how all the girls got there, and all the girls got there different ways, but you find out that like she signed up to be there. And like part of the reason why she signed up to be there was because like, see, I can't even really 100% remember it. It was so long ago. It was something like she was in debt. She had like extreme debts. It was something like poverty, something like that. Like, and so you sign up. It's almost like you can sign up to be a doll, and you basically give them your body, and you can work off your debt. They had men too. Hi, Nova. It was something like you could like give them your body, like, oh, you know, if you give us your body for 2 or 3 years, you'll work off your whole debt, and you won't even remember anything, and you'll have no idea what you were even doing. It's a perfect deal. And so she like found that out, which was kind of interesting, because it's sort of like, you know, imagine if like that, yeah, they give her the choice to go to jail or be a doll. So it's just like, imagine if they had that type of thing like now, you know? Well, you can get out of all of your student loan debt, but you just have to, you know, sign up for this program where we can do whatever we want with your body. We can even put you in situations where you could get killed and murdered because we want you to kill somebody, or we're gonna put you in this like sex ring, you know, like all that type of stuff. But they'd be like, oh, you wouldn't remember. But then like she does start remembering. Dollhouse is one of those shows where you really didn't know what it was about, no matter how many commercials or poster ads I saw before I watched it. Never would have guessed. Yeah, it was like, I remember being like, what? Because I remember thinking she got kidnapped. Twi Moms, thank you, Vanity. I remember thinking, I was like, did she get kidnapped? I remember because they deliberately like didn't say how the people got there. So I remember wondering, like, did these people get kidnapped by a corporation? Like, why are they there? And then like it turned out she was there, like, because she signed up for it because she didn't want to go to jail. I don't even remember. I don't even think Twilight really ended. I feel like it just got canceled. I feel like it just got canceled. I feel like it was almost one of those things that like ended on a cliffhanger. Moody Bats will always be more compelling than when he was more centered in the role. I mean, Dollhouse literally came out in like, I don't know, the 90s, the early 2000s. It's like a 20-year-old show. Maybe it's not that old, but it's old. That's cute that your mom was a Twilight fan. Twi Moms. Yes, Twi Moms. Batman is constantly teetering on the edge of insanity. Twilight, Avatar, High School Musical. Never got into any of them, but people were so obsessed. Sorry, no, I'll never support Vampire Sparkling, but it is cool that she did her own thing. Right, that's how I feel. Like, I'll never support glitter vampires, but like, you know, I can appreciate her trying to put her little spin on the mythology. Hi, Chassie. I was reserving judgment for Robert as Batman until I saw a trailer. He convinced me. I'm excited. Yeah, see, Nicole liked the sparkle aspect. Some people liked it. It's understandable why Joker finds corrupting him and exposing his true nature so tantalizing. Batman is emotionally disturbed. His parents got murdered and he like fell down a well and like all these things happened. And he came to like the conclusion as an adult that the best thing he could do with his life and his money and all this stuff is to dress up like a giant bat to fight crime at night. It's very like, sir. That's why I love Batman. Cause I be watching like, bro, like you are a villain. You just don't know it. Like there's no good guys in Gotham. Everybody in Gotham is fucked up. Maybe Commissioner Gordon, that's it. And Jeffrey Wright is playing Commissioner Gordon in this Matt Reeves movie, which is about to come out, which I'm super hyped to see. Because he's literally like the only sane person in Gotham. Which is also why like Batman and Catwoman get along like so well. Because like they both have problems. And that's why like Joker, like all the villains are the same as Batman. They're all the same. And in addition, Bruce takes at-risk children and orphans and trains them to be fighters. Yeah, like everybody has issues. Yeah, Eliza was a doll, Mar, on the show. La Push, baby. La Push. The only vampire type movie I've ever seen was Jennifer's Body, but we barely paid attention to it when we were in the movies. Jennifer wasn't a vampire. Wasn't she like a demon? I live in Portland. That's what it looks like here. Very green and lots of rain. How are you doing, Chassie? Because everything in Portland is a lot right now. How much does it pay to be the idea man? I'd like that job. Yeah, you know, like in the writer's room, just bouncing ideas. I really felt like that's what Stephanie Meyers really needed. Because I didn't think her ideas were terrible, but she can't write. Like, you need to be in like a room of writers, or, you know, really hire a ghostwriter. Like, I know, you know, like, everybody wants to be like a great writer themselves, but you can come up with the idea and like hire somebody to actually like write it down. I don't know, maybe that's cheating, but goodness help me, I really like Joss's writing, but I don't like him. Dollhouse sounds wild. They got Men Dolls too. I rewatched Dollhouse when it was on Hulu, and the actor who played Victor is phenomenal, especially when he impersonates other people. And that was also something cool about Dollhouse, was like, it was like they had different personalities every episode, almost like some Orphan Black or some Fringe. Like, the actors had different, they had to be like different every episode because you like upload it. I mean, and they still had like some traits, especially when they were like in the house, but for the most part, it was like they had to be different every single episode. She got in trouble, needed to have her slate clean. They gave her the choice to go to jail or be a doll. Victor was a doll and Alpha was a doll. Capitalism. I loved Alan Tudyk in Dollhouse. It was so different from him on Firefly. Alan Tudyk is an amazing actor. He's a chameleon. But if they keep wiping her memory, what's the incentive to let her go once her debt is paid? You know, like that was one of the conundrums. Like, the show asked a lot of questions. The show asked a lot of really interesting questions. That's why I said I told like sort of half of the twist or whatever. The show asked a lot of really interesting questions. That's not a perfect deal. Imagine some video surfaces of me doing some shit I would never do. She's on a contract. She's supposed to be there for a certain amount of time and then they release her. I'd rather go to jail. Dollhouse got canceled, right? It got canceled. The final season we got, it had problems. Dollhouse was like 2009, 2010. Is the people who are making money off her keep manipulating her memories and decide they want to keep her? What's to stop them from just keeping her forever? She doesn't remember. I'm not with that at all. Pictures and videos of me come out busting it down on OnlyFans. I couldn't do it. I mean, and that Dollhouse, the premise of Dollhouse 2 is also one of those shows that, like, you know, in 2020, with the type of surveillance equipment that we have, that we didn't have back then, the premise of the show is different. Because there's all types of stuff that you watch from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and you're like, wow, if there were camera phones, you know, back then, that would make this whole plot null and void, because somebody would have had out the motherfucking camera. All those, like, you know, old, like, superhero movies and stuff like that, where you're like, nobody sees motherfucking Spider-Man? Like, nobody in New York sees Spider-Man? Nobody sees Spider-Man? Like, nobody. But like now in 2020, like that shit would be on YouTube. Like the phones would be like, look, there he goes. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that wouldn't, you know, fly because it's just a different time now. But the premise is still good. I think it's both, Sydney. I think cancel could be both ways. Jennifer was possessed by a demon and became a literal man-eater and used her sexuality to lure her victims. I love Jennifer's body. I felt like Jennifer's body was underrated. Where was I? Hi, Teddy. I think that was Teddy. Maybe it wasn't. I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't. I thought I saw Teddy. Maybe I didn't. I'm not with that at all. Pictures and videos of me come out. Right now, I'm kind of okay that Firefly didn't get a whole series. It was a good show, but Joss Whedon. Batman is totally traumatized. Everyone in Gotham needs therapy. The actually talented writers are writing fan fiction on Tumblr and AO3. Right. Yeah, that's the thing behind Batman, is that his parents were killed. He became an orphan. shortly thereafter, he fell down a well, and it was all these bats in there, which is how he like developed this bat. It was a fear of bats that he decided to sort of lean into as he got older. I mean, with all that money, he could invest in the people and help get rid of poverty, which would reduce the crime rate. Bruce Wayne could literally like clean up Gotham himself. He could like inject so much money into the social services if we want to like be real. He also tends to avoid close personal attachments, but then does. Catwoman during Batman Hush notes that he's a loner, but he has several strings, sidekicks, partners, Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, etc. All the villains are meant to be a mirror image of Batman. At least Catwoman is honest with herself. Would you rather live in Gotham for a year or Metropolis? I'd rather live in Gotham. I mean, Gotham is New York, so I have lived in Gotham. But every time I hear Goodnight Gotham by Rihanna, I think about New York. I always try to listen to that song when I'm in New York. I wouldn't want to live in Metropolis. I'd want to live in Gotham. Jennifer was a demon. She was a succubus. I was like, I'm pretty sure she was a demon. She was possessed by a demon after being sacrificed by that band. Yeah, she was a demon. She was a succubus. A succubus is basically a sex-based demon. An incubus is the male equivalent. You say it's not cheating, Davey? You say that's not cheating? Having a writer, having ghostwriters? VC Andrews still got ghostwriters to this day. Damn, Batman is a villain just like everyone else. He is. He really is. He just feels like, I mean, if we're being real, like, Batman really is an anti-hero. Like, he really shouldn't be put with the superheroes, for real. Batman is really more like the Punisher. Like, somebody that is a villain, is villainous, but they just feel like they're, you know, or Daredevil, you know, all these people, they feel like they're doing, or Dexter, they feel like they're doing it on the right side, so it's okay. It's like, it's not really okay, but I fuck with it. I would like that job, be a ghostwriter for books. Graphic novelist who can't draw well, commissioning other artists to help with the visual narrative. So you think it's the same thing? I know some people would probably say that they don't feel like it's the same thing because they feel like if you're a writer, you have to write it. You can't just come up with the idea. You have to write it yourself. You don't think so? I don't think I really think of it as cheating either. Because sometimes you do need assistance. And when you think about writers' rooms on TV shows, and it's a whole room literally full of people that all work together for the finished products. But I don't know, because like a book only has one name on it. I don't know. Oh no, Portland's AQI is still over 200, unhealthy. Oh my gosh. Windows closed. You have an air filter, Mo? I've always liked that movie, glad Jennifer's body is getting shine. And you too, Chastity, you have an air filter? All these things that add to the construction of the story. Dollhouse definitely got canceled. Can't turn on the AC or open the windows or go outside. Alan Tudyk is a good actor and likable, which is only, yeah. Jennifer's Body is definitely a cult classic now. I wasn't fanning myself. I think there was a bug. There was like a little gnat or something. You didn't know who was a doll on the show Dollhouse. The band that killed her thought she was a virgin when they did the ritual on her. Spider-Man on the gram, clout chasing. I just picked Spider-Man because, you know, like the whole way that Peter Parker got like his into the paper was like he was the only one mysteriously that could like get these pictures of Spider-Man. But that could not really be the plot in 2020 because like everybody would have fucking pictures of Spider-Man. Like everybody. Hi, Social Purgatory. Jennifer's Body was definitely underrated and misunderstood to a degree. Oh, that was you. Hi, Teddy. I thought so. Seattle's pretty bad. Oh, yeah, Mar. Do you have an air filter? Are you staying in? If they remade the Dollhouse, would y'all watch it, like a new one for 2020? I would probably watch it. I'm not into the remakes, but it never really, it didn't really get an ending. Like Dollhouse and Firefly, I feel like, well, Firefly got an ending because they made the movie, Serenity, but stuff that never got an ending, I would like to see the end of. At least something. Joss would, all caps, Joss would have fucked Firefly up, best believe. People seem to hate Megan Fox. Michael Bay blackballed her after he sexually harassed her. Batman is a guy who never properly healed from his trauma. Right, Batman doesn't fight crime, he fights criminals, not the same thing. I really like Catwoman with Batman. She gets him. Bruce is unwell. This is why I loved Christian Bale as Batman. Because I feel like Christian Bale, I feel like he played Bruce as American Psycho. Like, this like rich, just emotionally detached, this just like messed up ass dude. Only in American Psycho, you know, he murders hookers and shit with a chainsaw. And in Batman, he beats the fuck out of people and says they're criminals, so it's fine. I felt like he played Bruce Wayne exactly the same way he played American Psycho. And I felt like he was one of the few actors to get that, like, Bruce is not normal. Like, Bruce has problems. Like, of course Bruce would jump in the water fountain with the bitches. Like, Bruce has no sense of propriety. I could not live in Gotham. Too many death hazards. I need some powers. Even though that's just like him playing a role, the Playboy shit. But we could, you know, we could get into Batman. I was just looking. I have an encyclopedia of Batman. I was just looking at it yesterday. Hi, Basima. Yeah, Jennifer Fox was heavily mistreated, both in Hollywood and by the public. I'd live in Gotham too. I'd have to meet Joker. Yes, I want to live in Gotham. Batman be breaking people's bones and teeth, all sorts of medical shit. Does he pay folks medical bills? Megan Fox is one of the few white women that's a snack. I'm not gonna kill you. These hospital bills will, though. Yeah, vigilanteism. Anti-heroes are only heroic when they feel like it. I'm still looking for an East Coast campaign to send air filters to Portland and the West Coast. Yeah, it's a collaborative effort. So you think if you have ghostwriters to help you with a novel, it should have everybody's name, The Boy in Blue? I think folks should be credited, put your name and theirs. And most traditionally published writers have multiple editors anyway. That's very true point. And they definitely don't put the name of the editor. Even though editors will give you so many notes, it's like they basically rewrote it. An idea person is different than a writer. People are gifted in different ways. To do it all yourself, you have to be insanely multi-talented. It shouldn't be called cheating to have assistants. Yeah, these are tattoos. It says Temperance. And then I have this one too. Black Power. These were hand poked in New York. Like, we only know Shakespeare's name, but it said he had ghostwriters too. It's even said that he downright stole some of his concepts. Editors are basically co-writers anyway. They ain't just fixing punctuation. Yeah, like, they will give you so many notes. Mo, Leaves and Branches said, I'm interested in finding editors and co-writers for my work. So if y'all got queer-friendly BA recommendations, let me know. Could you imagine Spider-Man on Twitter? Able to go out for brief periods, but Seattle's not nearly as bad as Portland. Somebody said Light Yagami. As an anti-hero? I guess, after a while, doesn't Light, he stops only killing criminals, and he just starts killing, because he kills some cops that are, just because they're looking for him. Yeah, like, Light was the villain. Light Yagami was a straight up villain. L was the good guy. Michael Bay is trash. L was just a villain with a conscience. That's interesting. You think L was a villain? I like that the anime showed how privileged Light was, good looking, athletically gifted, great family, girls love him. Yeah, to me, that was part of why I would not call Light an anti-hero. I would call Light a villain, because it's sort of like, and your father is a cop. You know what you're doing is wrong. Like, you're telling yourself, you're like, you know. And he crossed that line over, like, and started killing other people. Bruce is a weird dude. Bale gave him that edge. Living in Gotham is like living in Raccoon City. Now, I would not live in Raccoon City. Isn't all of Raccoon City underground? Or was it just the facility that's underground? Would you rather live in Gotham or Sunnydale? Gotham! I'm not living on the Hellmouth. It's the literal Hellmouth. Like, I'm good. I couldn't live in Gotham. Do you know how crazy insurance gotta be? Oh, this is a good idea, Ellie. Kelly. I said Ellie. Kelly. Kelly said a group pen name. Like the Warriors books are 3 authors under 1 pen name. Bruce Wayne and Frank Castle are sociopaths. Yeah, like Batman always reminded me of the Punisher. It's interesting that like the Punisher is seen as an anti-hero and Batman is seen as a superhero, even though they're really not that different. Light was led to kill out of boredom. Couldn't be me. You couldn't live in Gotham? Absurd. Yeah, black artist. I don't want to say his old Instagram name because I don't think that's his name anymore. But it was, well, it was Dead Cops, but it's not that anymore. Hi, Yami. Thank you. Super chat. What are your, hi, keep making, what are your thoughts on these revised conversations coming up about music ownership? I don't know what they are. What are they? Also, what are your thoughts on what the new physical album could be? My laptop doesn't have a CD player. I also do not have a CD player. I don't have a DVD player. Like, I don't have a VCR. I have all these like old like tapes and like from my childhood, you know? Tapes, CDs, DVDs, like things that I have no way to play. I really don't know. Physical, I don't know. Physical might be a thing of the past. I don't know if there will be another one, to be honest with you. I don't know. What do you guys think? But what is the conversation about music ownership? I haven't heard. Light kills anyone in his way, but he kept killing criminals. Like, right. Thank you, Ori. Light was like a school shooter. Yeah. Light really was a school shooter. Only the school was the whole world and the gun was a book. That's how I think of Light too. Light was definitely the villain. I have the same Batman encyclopedia. He says he and Superman are not friends. Right, child, they are besties. He needs to stop. The Umbrella Corp was underground. Raccoon City is just overrun with zombies. I have not seen Preacher, but I've heard it's great. Raccoon City is destroyed as fuck. The facility was underground, but the city was above it. Okay, yeah, I would not live in Raccoon City, no. You wanted to live in Sunnydale, Daniel? I always wanted to live in Sunnydale growing up. I wanted to be a Slayer so bad. The only difference is the Punisher kills, but arguably Batman kills some of his villains. So if you read like the Batman encyclopedia, it's pretty funny because like in the original Batman comics, like the ones from like the 30s to maybe the 70s, Batman killed people. Batman used guns and shot motherfuckers. Like, I should go get the book and show y'all next time. Batman killed people. Like, there's literally a page in the book of Batman up in the fucking Batcopter looking through the fucking sight with the gun. It literally says, because it's a comic strip, it literally says like pop, pop, pop. It does say that, bushy brows. And then like the caption for the comic, it says like, normally I don't like killing, but sometimes I have no choice. Like, Batman used to kill people. Batman used to kill people. They changed his code in like late 70s, early 80s. Because when he was just a detective, when he was just, you know, like the world's greatest detective or whatever, like he used to stay strapped. Like, strapped. Batman for show used to kill, but the comics code changed how superheroes operated. Yeah, like he literally used to had to be out here with the AKs. Yeah, he's in New York. Sunnydale's mortality rate is way higher than Gotham, I'm sure. I don't want to live in either one, but I would stay in Metropolis. Yeah, he's in New York, and it's all hand poke. I think you. Oh right, Sydney just said. I think in the old comics, Batman used to kill people. Yeah, Batman used to kill people in the old comics. Batman was basically at first he was just like a detective that, you know, his trauma, I'll say, warped him. But he was like the world's greatest detective. So he would like dress up in his Batman outfit and motherfucking track gangsters and mobsters down and murder their ass. But then, like I said, like around the 70s, that stopped being acceptable for children. So they got rid of it. Yeah, I have some VHS tapes. So like 10 years ago, maybe even longer, I remember I went to this when I was like, you know, like younger, like still in school. I went to like a garage sale. Like I might have been a teenager. This is a while ago. I went to like a garage sale, like a, you know, them sales people have out of their house where it's just like all the stuff. And I can't think of the word right now. I don't know why I'm having a blank, but they have all their stuff, you know, on the lawn and in the garage, and you just like walk around and you just like pick stuff up. And they had a whole big box full of like all the old Disney tapes, like everything. Like it was like literally a yard sale. Thank you, a motherfucking yard sale. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. A yard sale, and they had like a box full of like every single Disney VHS tape, like every one, like Milo and Otis, like everything, and they were only $1. It was only $1 a tape, so I bought all of them. I like bought the whole box for, it was like, I spent like, I don't know, $30, $35, and I bought all of them. I took the whole box home with me, and I still have those tapes to this day. I didn't even have a VCR back then, but I was like, I'm taking these tapes, because where am I gonna find something like this? And it was such a good deal. They were only $1. But now I have all these tapes that I don't want to get rid of, because it's even stuff in this box that it's not even on Disney Plus, like it's not anywhere, you know? So I have no way of watching them, but I don't want to get rid of the tapes, so I still have them. I might get you can buy VCRs on like eBay and stuff, so like maybe I'll buy one, but I don't want to get rid of them. Sunnydale High newspaper had an obituary section. Right, like I would not live in the Hellmouth. Comic book and speculative worlds in general have high mortality rates. Catastrophic events often happen across them all. I need to buy a DVD player. You never know. They could shut down the internet with the click of a button. So is this it? The music thing? Corporate music contracts? Is this it? That was the conversation? I was so mad when my boyfriend said he threw out his VCR. Girl, you wrote VHS player, VCR. The last CD I bought was in 2011. Batman said pop pop. The streaming platforms don't pay anything. The platforms coerce artists into having to push out more art. I don't stream. Like I don't stream at all. Like I don't have a Spotify account. I don't have any streaming service account, because I do feel like streaming is not fair to the artists. So like I'll listen to the album if on YouTube. Like I listened to Ungodly Hour on YouTube, and then I bought it, you know? Like maybe I'll listen to it just to make sure. But it's a lot of stuff that like I won't even listen to it first. Like if I just want to support the artist, I buy stuff. I don't buy physical. I think the last physical CD I bought was When I Get Home by Solange. And I bought a physical CD. Like, I bought a physical CD from, like, Target because I wanted to, like, buy the CD. And I also bought, like, a digital download through, like, iTunes or whatever. I bought Meg Thee Stallion. I bought Sugar, the EP, and I bought, through her website, I bought a record, I bought a tape, and I bought a CD because I wanted to pay her, you know, like, directly. I didn't want to stream because streaming pays them, like, pennies. So if it's artists that I like, I don't stream them. I try to, like, buy their stuff. Because it is true that the streaming I do think the streaming model is not sustainable. I think a lot of artists were, like, still getting by because they were still making money off of, you know, like, touring and doing live shows and stuff. But now with COVID and everything, that's not something we can do right now. I do think that the current model of, like, music and media consumption is not sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable. So I do think that something has to happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I bought like I said, I bought a record, a CD, and a tape of the Sugar EP. I do not have a tape player. I do not have a CD player. I do not have a record player. Like, I just bought it. It was purple and I wanted it, so I bought it and I wanted to support, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what the change is. I don't know what the change could be. I really don't. It's hard. Batman is a menace. VHS and Betamax we had to throw away when my mom moved 3 years ago. It's crazy. For sure, kill, but the code changed how superheroes operated. I have buku VHS tapes too, boxes of movies like The Matrix, Nutty Professor, etc. And we used to record our favorite shows. Yes, I used to do that too. I have so many tapes that's just shows. Like in Living Color, Martin, Living Single, etc. Yes, I have so many tapes that it's like, damn, it's like mixtapes, like shows, and like stuff that I recorded when I was a little kid. Because when I was a kid, like a kid, I had a VCR, and I used to all the time, I would record everything, music videos, commercials, like, and I still have a lot of those tapes, and some of that stuff is not even available to stream. So I don't want to get rid of the tapes, even though I haven't watched them tapes in like 15-20 years. But, you know, like, I still don't want to get, maybe not that long, but I still don't want to get rid of them. A Blu-ray, VHS, Roku combo box would be the ultimate media box. Batman said, you're going to see this back Glock, son. And the ting goes, scrat, it's a chopper. I'm going to put the pictures in fucking Discord when this is done. Batman was a crip. It's a 22. Pew, pew. Fun fact, the Comics Code also tried to eliminate sex and sexy characters. So Catwoman also went away for about a decade. And that's when they brought in the more family-friendly original Batwoman. And Batwoman is not Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, right? Gotham is more self-aware. Sunnydale is clueless. And then some people mentioned just selling the MP3 files, but there are concerns about how to prevent privacy. I personally wish I could own the music file without going on a streaming platform. So when I bought the Sugar EP, the record from Meg Thee Stallion's like site, it came with like a digital download. And I've like bought some other things that have like came with the digital download. So I have the file. But it's so hard to play the file on my phone or play it on my computer because I don't know, it's like a different format. It's like a FLV or, you know, something like that. It's not like the standard format. Like, if they just make it so much easier, obviously, if you buy it through iTunes or if you go through Spotify. Like, they deliberately make it easier. A tag sale or a yard sale. Batman used to rock the classic blue and gray costume. Do you guys like the blue, gray, and yellow Batman, or do you like the purple and black Batman, or do you like the all black Batman? Yard sale, garage sale, same thing. If she don't remember the orange VHS tape, she's too young for you, bro. My Wi-Fi went out a couple months ago for like a week, and all I could watch was my Blu-ray collection. I have Milo and Otis on DVD. And I'm also that type of a person too. Like, I don't have a landline right now, but I want one. And I'm thinking about getting one because, I don't know, what if it's an emergency and there's no power? Or, I don't know. I probably bought your box, Davey. Those tapes are relics. I had nearly every Disney VHS and we lost them because my mom put them in storage and didn't pay the bill. Oh no, Trey. You could find a VCR somewhere. I miss my Rugrat tapes. I remember being younger and all my Disney VHS tapes disappeared when I moved. We need a gaming system that will play hard copies, DVDs and stuff. It might be easier to find a DVD VHS combo. Some VCRs are also in thrift stores. All these digital copies can be taken away at any time. That, or there could be no internet Wi-Fi to use them. Yes, they had them in the original containers and everything, the tapes. Yes, they were in the original plastic, like Disney containers, covers, everything. I kind of got the feeling that maybe they had a kid that was like leaving to go to college or something like that. And so they were like selling all this like old stuff. That is another option. Gaming systems do play DVDs. I think I have a DVD player in my garage. Not sure if it works though. One time I mentioned a DVD player to an 18-year-old. She looked at me like, what's that? I wonder how much the cost of living in places like Gotham or Sunnydale is. Like, how much is an apartment in Gotham? How much is a house in Sunnydale? It should be free. Streams is like pennies. It's like pennies on the dollar. Streams and like album equivalent units, it's like, it's no money. It's like no money. That's why all these charts and shit be fake. Niggas have a #1 song and they made $20 off of it. Like, it's not the same as like back in the day when niggas was going platinum, double platinum, triple platinum off actual album sales, $14.99. It's not the same. And the albums are cheaper nowadays too because they can't even be priced the same because the internet. I bought Solange's CD too. Podcast is the new music industry. Where do I purchase music from? I try to buy it from the artist directly. If it's the artist I like to go look and see if they have a website. And if on their website, are they selling music? And I'll probably still buy through iTunes. But even when you buy through iTunes, they only get a percentage. Like rappers, especially underground rappers, live off live shows and will do 2 to 3 tours a year. They get literally no money from streaming. I always try to see people on tour. Hopefully they don't cancel Usher in Vegas. I heard them talking about that on the radio. I was like, Usher in Vegas? I bought Megan Thee Stallion's discography and burned it to some CDs just for fun. My sister purchased a physical CD of B7. I really hope that Usher's residency doesn't get canceled. I have oh my God, Passions! Nova! I have Passions tapes, the X-Files, X-Men. Thought I was crazy because I definitely feel like some music videos from the 90s, 2000s just completely disappeared. No, it doesn't. There is a lot of stuff on the internet too that, because like when the internet kind of like quote unquote first started, people weren't really thinking about like saving and like archiving. And so there's a lot of stuff that's just gone. Like stuff that wasn't saved, stuff that wasn't put on YouTube, you know. It's like, now YouTube has like damn near everything. But there is some stuff that is just not on there. Or shit that, you know, you can't find because it was like a limited overseas release in the Philippines. That's just not something that you're probably going to get. But if you recorded it off MTV in 1998 and you still have that tape, it's yours, you know? That's all the tapes that were at my mom's, old shows, videos, movies. We grabbed all our faves and tossed the rest. And I used to be a pro. I used to like hit record because you have to like hit the play and record button. And don't let it be something I'm watching on TV. Like when I used to watch Roswell. I have the whole series of Roswell on tapes that I recorded off television. That I used to record it, and then on the commercial I would rush and pause And then when it came back, record, they don't have commercials or anything. Like, I remember when there was no recorded cable, you had to record that stuff on VHS and play it back. The CD player in my car doesn't even work. It's low-key scary how far technology has come in a short amount of time. VCR players can't even transfer to DVD now. Music today is the marketing for artists, merch, and shows. That's it. Okay, Batgirl is Barbara Gordon. Batwoman is Kate Kane. Got it. I had a VCR DVD player. Should have never pawned it. And there's a really old school Batwoman called Kathy Kane. Keep them for the memories. Spotify is racist. Black and yellow for Batman. Anything else is weird. Blue, yellow, and black. A lot of you guys like the blue and yellow. I like the all black Batman. I like blue Batman. Oh, you crippin'. Sketchnificent. You do love blue. Although I loved his classic look too. Blue, gray, and yellow. But I like the purple. Black and yellow. Black and yellow. Black and yellow. All black, but I don't mind the gray and yellow in there. You still have a landline? My grandma still has one. My mom does too. I love the animated series Batman with the gray, yellow, and blue. That's the way it used to go. Your favorite song coming on TRL or 106 and Park or the radio, better record it, or you don't know when it'll come on again. I definitely have some 106 and Park episodes on tapes. That is true on the landline. I remember when I was young being like, Mom, what happened to all my movies? All those orange VHS tapes and containers, nostalgia. Black and gray Batman is the best. The blue cape was a substitute because the comics couldn't print black. And yellow doesn't belong on a suit meant to blend into the dark. I also have a VHS tape that someone made of tape shows and movies. It's dope. Yeah. Oh my gosh, really, Nicole? Literally yesterday, my mom was trying to go throw out some of my old books and manga collections, like actually putting them in trash bags. Thank God I was on my lunch break. Artists be bragging about streams. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, all this streams and charts, this shit be fake. Like, you're literally bragging about 1 million, billion, bajillion streams, but you made $37.13 off all those streams. Like, bravo. Wow, you really accomplished something. Good for you. And do the artists know better? I don't know. Do they? You literally have to stream someone's song 1 million times just so they can get $40. These rappers will shift 400K units and only 11K will be actual album sales. A thief stole all our Disney and Nickelodeon VHS tapes but left the flat screens. Wow, Marcy. They said, let me take this before they go back to the vault. Passions was the best soap opera of all time. It's about the streaming numbers, but the artists aren't even making millions of dollars and millions of streams. A lot of things are gone forever. BET World Video Premiere used to record. I used to do that too. Hit that pause button. I'm getting really nostalgic now. I remember doing a project in kindergarten where I recorded myself teaching the class to bake cookies. And my dad put it on a VHS for me to share. You were good at taping. You had to time it just right, Vanity. You just reminded me I definitely have the premiere of Dawson's Creek on one of these tapes. My dad recorded the entire series of Martin. Def have Buffy the Vampire Slayer episodes and Angel. And it's just like, and you never know. Like, they removed Buffy from off of Netflix. It was on there for years and years. And then they took it off. So it's just like, now if you want to watch it, if you don't have it, own it physically and have a way to play it, you just can't get it. And like, that's the thing about like all this streaming stuff. It's like you're really at the mercy of these companies. They're putting you at the mercy of the companies more and more, you know? I need to have hard copies because I don't trust that everything will be here forever. There's actually jobs now where your job is to watch old shows and movies as they digitize them. Companies have decades of stuff left to be digitized. I still have MTV jams recorded on tape. I remember one of my first MP3 players could record while the radio was playing. So I would record songs, hope the DJs wouldn't interrupt at the end. No, that's the best part. When you have the DJ talking, it's like you're really listening to the radio again. Didn't that one book app take away everyone's digital copies? Oh, yes. Marianne Williamson. No, not Marianne Williamson, obviously. Her name was Marianne. I just can't think of her last name. Hidden Figures. And she recorded everything. Oh, man. And you know, her son reached out to me. He's really cool. We've been in correspondence ever since then. If you go through Hidden Figures, she's in there. She recorded everything. And then her son donated all her tapes to the Internet Archive. And they're digitizing everything. Commercials, news. She recorded news the day of 9/11. Like, she recorded everything for like 50 years. Hi, Gone Swimming. Doing YouTube videos before YouTube. Yeah, I guess it was only natural that I ended up on YouTube, huh? I always liked video. That's why I'm still really into having DVD copies. Now Buffy and Angel is on Hulu. I do have Angel on DVD, not Buffy though. These companies gonna make everybody go back to DVDs. Corporations want you to own less of what you purchase. They want to retain portions of ownership. I got one season of Veronica Mars and True Blood and Heroes on DVD, Nova. I still have all my Sailor Moon VHS tapes from the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, if you go look in Hidden Figures, and it should be close to the top too in there. Sometimes it's best to have physical, other times it's best to have digital. Both have their pros and cons. I hate that if Netflix decides to check. Marion Strokes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's her name, Marion Strokes. That's her name, if you want to go look her up in Hidden Figures. The woman that recorded everything. Bye, Bushy Brows. I'm going to go too. I think I'm almost at the end. Yep, I am. What's the name of the job where you can watch old shows? I think it's called just like digitizing. They're hiring people to like digitize old content because they have like all content in archives. Netflix gonna start asking for a monthly bone marrow payment. Y'all are funny. So that's her name, Marion Stokes. If you guys want to go look her up in Hidden Figures, woman that recorded everything. You guys have some really interesting questions about like where is consumption of media gonna go? Because honestly, I really don't know. Something to think about. This is one of the reasons I buy physical books. I feel like words and content can be removed from a digital copy. Yeah. I'm going to think about it. There's still old VHS tapes of stuff out there. You can Google it, look it up on eBay, Craigslist. Anything you want to find, you can find it on one of these seller sites, but not Amazon. Bye. Don't use Amazon. Bye.